All right, let's go over these problems. So for problem number 1, it says Melissa went to lunch and got a salad for $8.50, a soup for $6.25, and a lemonade for $2.65. She decides to tip her server 25%. So we want to know how much will the server earn for this meal. So the first thing that we need to know is we need to figure out the whole. Remember, we always set them up, the problems, we set them up as part over whole equals the percent over 100. And the part in these kinds of problems, the part happens to represent the money version of your tax or your tip or your discount or your commission or your markup. It's the money version of that. Whereas your percent happens to represent the percent version of your tax, your tip, your discounts, your markups, your commissions, and so on and so forth. The whole happens to represent the subtotal, meaning the cost before you find tax, tips, or discounts, or commissions, or anything of the sort. So in a situation like this, we first have to figure out how much money is she spending on her lunch. So we need to add together, in order to find the whole, we're going to add together the $8.50 for her soup, for her salad, the $6.25 for her soup, and the $2.65 for her lemonade. So if we add all that together, what do we get? Not $17.65, $17.40. You're going to get $17.40 for the whole. So now when we set this up, we don't know what the part is. That's what we're trying to figure out. We do know that the whole is going to be that $17.40. And we do know that the percentage that she's going to be tipping her server is 25%. Okay, now let's set it up. We're going to go ahead and do X over 17.4 or 17.40 equals 25 over 100, and then we can do the cross product. We always multiply X times its value that's diagonal first, so we get 100X. We always focus on the variable first. Then we're going to do 17.40 times the 25, and that's going to give us 435. And then we'll divide. We'll divide both sides by 100. And we're going to get that X is going to represent $4.35 for the tip. That's how much she's going to tip. Now the question says, how much will the server earn from this meal? So did we answer the question? Yes. What does the server earn from the meal? The server earns the tip. They don't earn the cost of the meal. The server doesn't get paid the cost of the meal. That goes to the restaurant. The server only earns the tip. So we did answer the question. That's how much the server is going to get. They're going to get $4.35 from that meal. Okay? Let's move on to the next question. Number 2. Bill is purchasing a new iPhone. The iPhone costs $899. Sales tax is 7.5%. I want to know how much money is Bill going to spend on his new phone. So he's going to pay for the phone and he's going to pay for tax. So you have to find out how much tax it is, and then at the end, you got to add it to the cost of the phone. Okay, so when we set this up, again, the part is always the value that's missing. That happens to be the tax amount. We don't know how much he's going to be taxed. We only know the percentage. The whole is the subtotal. The subtotal happens to be $899, the cost of the phone currently. We do know the percentage is 7.5%. Right, so when we set this up, we're going to do X over $899. George, head up, please. X over $899 equals 7.5 over 100. And then we do our cross product. We're going to do X times 100, which gives us 100X. Then we're going to do $899 times 7.5. That comes out to 6,742.5. Then we have to divide it by 100. Okay, when we do that, it's going to come out to 67.425, but we're talking about money. We're talking about money. Is this the correct amount to write for money? $67.425? No. So what's the cents going to be? Is the cents going to be 42 or 43? 43. So we're going to estimate that to $67.43. You've got to make sure you round correctly for money. You round to the nearest penny. Now that's the tax. Again, he has to pay for the phone and he has to pay for tax. So you're going to add $899.00 plus the tax, $67.43. And that's going to give you his total cost. He's going to spend $899 plus 67.43. He's going to spend, $966.43 is how much he's going to spend on the phone. Because he has to pay for the cost of the phone and he has to pay for the tax on the phone. So you guys have to remember that when you're budgeting, when you're deciding, hey, I want to buy this item, you got to budget for the tax as well as the cost. Okay, tax can be pretty expensive. I mean, look at that. It's almost $70 in tax alone. All right, Charlie. Charlie's purchasing a camera. He can either get the camera from Target or from Walmart. We're going to use the table here below to identify which one's going to be the better deal. Please be mindful of problems like these. Here we have an actual amount of money that comes off. That's real easy. You just take $100 off. This one is a percentage that you are taking off. So that one you actually have to work it out by doing your proportion. So let's start off with the Target. With Target, all we have to do is take the subtotal of $250 and we're going to subtract the $100 off. When they give you a dollar amount for your discount, you just subtract that from here. And that's going to come out to $150. So Target is going to charge $150 for their camera. Walmart, we have to set it up different. We first have to figure out how much money they're taking off. So we're going to set this up as X over their whole, which is $230, equals 40% out of 100. And then we can do our cross product. We'll multiply. That gives us 100x. And then 230 times 40. That's going to come out to 9,200. Then we can divide by 100. So Walmart is going to take $92 off. So when we work Walmart's cost out, we're going to take 230 and subtract 92. 230 minus the 92 is going to come out to $138. So which one's the better deal? Walmart. Walmart is the better deal, right? Their price comes out to $138. Target's price is $150. You save $12 by going with the Walmart deal. Okay. Last question on the warm-up. Becky is a real estate agent. She earns 2.5% commission on any property that she sells. Okay, so the bank and the person who owns the home, that's who gets the price of the home. So when we sell the home for $575,000, that money first goes to the homeowner who originally owned the home. And then the homeowner uses that to pay off their loan that they might have had from a bank to buy the home. Okay, so that's where that money goes towards. Your real estate agent gets a commission off of the home. Okay, they get a certain percentage from the cost of the home. So she's earning 2.5% commission. 2.5% doesn't seem like a whole lot, but the bigger the home price is, the more money that they rack in. So let's see how much money she racks in. We don't know what her commission is. That's her part. We don't know how much she's getting, but we do know it's a percentage out of the home that she sells, which is that $575,000 home. Okay, she earns 2.5% out of 100%. So then we just do our cross product. We're going to multiply x times 100, which gives us 100x. Sorry. Then we're going to multiply 575,000 times 2.5. That comes out to 1,437,500. And then we just divide it by 100. So her commission, how much money she makes from being the real estate agent on that home, is $14,375. Yeah, being a real estate agent can come with some good money. The thing is, though, are you guaranteed to sell a home every single month? No. So you have to hope to sell a home, and a good priced home, as often as you can to be able to rack in some good money. A lot of people will do real estate on the side. It's a nice little side business because, heck, if I sell like 1 or 2 homes a year, I can make some good money on the side. Okay? Any questions? All right, let's go ahead and we're going to line up for lunch. All right, if you are in a situation in which you have multi-step percent problems, meaning that you are not just finding tip, you are finding tip and tax. Or you're not just finding a discount, you're finding a discount and tax. When you've got more than one percentage situation, then you've got different ways to go about solving. If it happens to be tip and tax, if it's a situation where you're at a restaurant, you're tipping and you're paying tax, which is what happens. You do go to a restaurant, you pay your tip, you pay your tax. You are technically not required to tip on the taxed amount. You're supposed to tip on the subtotal. Tax is on the subtotal as well. So they are actually very separate things. So all you would really have to do in a situation like this, if it's tip and tax, you just add the 2 percentages together and work it out as if it's just one single problem. So for example, if they tell you that it's 6% tax and 20% tip, then you just add the 6 and the 20 together, and your percentage that you're going to be dealing with is 26%. Now, for discount and tax, when you go shopping and they have a percentage off, you first find the discount. So you set up your proportion, you find out how much you're discounting it by, and then you subtract it from your subtotal. And then you use that new value, that new subtotal that you've created to find your tax on that. You are taxed on the amount that was subtracted, or the answer of your subtraction problem, not on the original. You don't pay tax on the original, you pay tax on your new discounted value. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of different scenarios with these multi-step problems. So for here, James bought a $15 lunch. The tax is 5%, and he plans to tip 15%. So we want to know how much is he going to be paying for his lunch. So what we're going to be doing in a situation like that first is combining those 2 percentages together. We have tax at 5%, we've got tip at 15%. So we're going to add the percent for my tip and the percent for my tax together. So we're adding the 15% plus the 5%, and that's 20%. So the percentage that we're dealing with in this problem is going to be 20%. And now we set the problem up like normal. Our part is the value that's missing, the amount of tip and tax that we are going to pay. The whole is how much his lunch cost him, which happened to be $15. That's how much his lunch was. That's your whole. Your percent is the new percentage that you just found, which was 20%. And then you set up the problem. We have x over 15 equals 20 over 100. X over 15 equals 20 over 100. And then we do our cross product. 100 times x is just 100x. 15 times 20 is going to be 300. And then we divide by 100. And we'll get x is going to be $3. Okay, that $3 represents how much he's going to be paying in tax and in the tip. That's his tax and his tip combined together. So all you have to do is take the $15 from lunch and add it with the $3 that he's paying for his tip and his tax. And his total cost for lunch today is going to be $18. Tip and tax is really simple because you're just adding those together. It's the discount and the tax that is more multi-stepped. So a situation like here, Mike wants to buy a laptop for $650. It's on sale for 20% off and tax is 8%, so we want to know how much is he going to pay for his laptop. So you have to break this up into several steps. Step one. Step one, we're going to find the money amount for his discount. Which represents the part. We're going to find the money amount of his discount, which represents the part. So his part is missing. That's the X. The whole happens to be that $650. Right? That's his original cost. The original cost of the laptop is $650. The percentage happens to be the discounted percent. What was the discounted percent? Which percent are we going to use for the discount? 20, right? This is the discounted percent. You have to make sure you use the correct percentage. So it's 20 out of 100. We do our cross product. We're going to do 100 times x, which is 100x. We're going to do 650 times 20. That comes out to 13,000. And then we divide by 100. And x is going to be 130. This represents the discount. $130 represents the discount. That's how much money is taken off. That's how much money is going to be taken off. So then we go to step two. Step two is to subtract. We're going to take what the original cost was, the original cost of $650. And we're going to subtract the discount, that $130. Vincent, you need to be writing this down. And that's going to equal his new cost, or his new subtotal. So his new subtotal is $520. When we take our discount, the price of the computer is now going to be $520. But when he goes up to pay for it, he also has to pay for tax. So that's where step 3 comes in. Step 3, you're going to have to find the money amount for tax. Okay, so that becomes your new part. So when we set this up, we're going to have it as x over, what's the whole? Is the whole of the original 650 or is the whole the 520? Come on, guys. The whole. Our original whole was $650. Is it going to stay $650 when we do tax, or are we doing tax on the new subtotal? You guys got to tell me. If you go up to the cash register, what do you think you're going to be taxed on? Are you going to be taxed on the original cost, or are you going to be taxed on the discounted cost? The discounted. You're taxed on what you pay. You are only taxed on what you pay. You are not paying $650. You are paying $520. That's what the discounted value is going to be. You pay only, or you are taxed only on what you pay. So when we are finding tax, we're finding tax based off of our new subtotal, that 520. Be mindful of that. And then our tax is 8% out of 100. Our tax is 8% out of 100. Now we do our cross product, 100x, and then 520 times the 8, that comes out to 4,160. And then we divide. So this represents our tax. $41.60 is our tax. What do we do with tax? You add. What are we going to add it to? And what is that? What was our discounted price? Who can tell me what the discounted price was? Come on, guys. Angel? $520. The discounted price was $520. You're going to add your discounted price and your tax together. You're going to add that new subtotal, which was 520, plus the tax, which was $41.60. This is life, guys. This is how life works. When you go shopping and you're trying to figure out, yes, there is going to be a cashier who's going to type it into the computer and it's going to calculate it for you. But you want to make sure that it's done correctly. Because you need to make sure that you have enough money to be able to buy that stuff. So you need to do the math ahead of time to make sure you've budgeted correctly for it. Okay, so $520 plus the $41.60. That means that the new laptop is going to cost him $561.60. $561.60. Okay. I want you guys to do problems 3, 4, and 5 on your own. They're on the second page. Problems 3, 4, and 5 on your own. All right, let's go ahead and go over this. So for problem number 3, you have a tip and you have a tax. So you needed to add the tip and the tax together first to get the percentage to be 32%. You then set it up as part over whole equals percent over 100. So x over 85 equals 32 over 100. Cross product, you're going to get 100x is equal to 2,720. You would divide both sides by 100 and find out that the tip and tax together is $27.20. You then add that on to the final cost of the bill, $85 plus the $27.20, and that comes out to a final cost of $112.20 for the dinner. That's problem 3. Problem 4. Jacket originally cost $65.49. It's now on sale for 30% off, and you have tax of 5%. So you break it down into the 4 steps because discount and tax have to be done separately. You first find the discount. X over $65.40 equals 30% over 100. Cross product and solve, and you'll find that the discount, how much you're taking off from the cost of the jacket, is $19.65. Again, this is the price you take off. So that means step 2, you subtract. Step 2, you take what the cost was and you subtract the discounted amount. So $65.49 minus $19.65 comes out to a new subtotal, a new cost of $45.84. That's the new price of the jacket. Now you've got to find tax from that new price. So you go to step 3. You set it up as X over the new cost, $45.84, equals the tax, 5% out of 100%. Cross product to solve, and you're going to get that your tax is $2.29. We add tax back onto the cost because you have to pay for the jacket and you have to pay for the tax. So step 4 is to add your new subtotal and your tax together. So the cost of the jacket in total is $48.13. $48.13. Number 5, Nathan is taking his girlfriend out for dinner. Entrees cost $25, drinks cost $1.75. So you're going to add those two costs together, and then you're going to multiply it by 2 because it's him and his girlfriend. He has to pay for the girlfriend, otherwise he's not going to have a girlfriend for much longer, is he? Right? Yeah. Sorry, if I'm taking you out to dinner, then I should better be paying for your dinner as well. So he's got $25 plus $1.75. That comes out to $26.75 times 2 people. It's $53.50. He's then going to tip 20%. So you do X over $53.50 equals 20% over 100. Cross product and then divide. You get your tip is $10.70. You then add that on to what his price was, the $53.50 plus the $10.70. He spends a total of $64.20 to go out on that date. Okay, that's it. Go on to Google Classroom. You've got 3 IXL skills that need to be completed. 3 IXL skills that need to be completed.